Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's recipe, I will be showing you how I made this decadent, fluffy and moist blue velvet cake. Stick around and learn the do's and don'ts in order to get the perfect blue. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please click that subscription button and the like button and let's get baking. For the ingredients in this recipe, I am adding eggs. I'm just going to give this a whisk to break it up. Melted butter. This melted butter is at room temperature. Buttermilk. Grapeseed oil. You can use olive oil or cooking oil as well. Vanilla. I'm just going to give this a quick emulsify. I am making the wet ingredients first and then I'm going to do the dry ingredients. I am using a neon bright blue in this recipe. I am not using a darker blue. If you want a darker blue, you can use it as well, or you can mix the two blues together. I am adding the blue food coloring to my wet ingredients, and I am adding the cocoa powder last because I want to control the color blue that I get. And let me see what color blue I get. Now I am adding my granulated sugar. I can add more blue to this later. Some white vinegar goes in here to activate the baking soda in the flour. For the dry ingredients, I am adding salt and baking soda. Add the flour half at a time. And I'm just mixing this with my spatula. Once I see the blue that I want, then I will add the cocoa powder. I am not adding the cocoa powder all at once. I want to control the blue that I get, so I'll add half of the cocoa powder one time and then I'll add the other half as I mix the flour. This is a beautiful blue. You want to mix in all the flour because once you cut into the cake, the white will be so evident, the lumps. My goal is to use 1 tablespoon and a half of cocoa powder, but this depends on how my blues will change. So I am adding about a teaspoon at a time. And I'm adding more food coloring if need be. I'm just whisking this in. I'm adding some more blue to it. 5 drops. Whisk. Bring it back to a bright blue and then I'm adding flour. So I'm adding this in intervals. If it's your first time here, I welcome you. If you have been here before, I thank you for subscribing and viewing my content. Please share this video, and this will help me a big deal by helping me get my content out to a wider audience. The blue is amazing. Now I'm adding some more cocoa powder to this. I am adding 1 more teaspoon of cocoa powder. And whisk. So that's enough for the cocoa powder. I am not going to add any more cocoa powder to this. I've added 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. I'm gonna add some more blue to bring it back. The idea of this is not to add the cocoa powder in the flour and whisk in, but to add the cocoa powder as you go along so that you get that red velvet flavor, the vanilla, everything comes and marry all together and create a beautiful harmony. And then I'm adding the rest of my flour. When adding the flour into this cake at the end, I would not recommend you use a mixer. I would recommend you hand mix this because you're going to get a very moist cake. If you use a mixer, it means that your cake can become very dry if you do not know how to control the mixer's speed. I have found the blue that I'm looking for, but I am still going to add just a little bit of a darker blue because the cocoa powder can darken my cake. A little touch of a darker blue. I'm just going to give this a mix and see the color. This is a beautiful color. This gave me a Cookie Monster kind of color of a blue. I'm using 2 8-inch baking pans because I am looking to make a small 2-layer cake. Just have these with the cake batter. I am going to bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius for 35 minutes. I have since placed the cakes in the refrigerator to cool, and I have since trimmed the tops. Now I'm going to decorate them. In this bottle I have some vanilla simple syrup, and I'm going to spray the cakes before I decorate them. If you are enjoying the recipe so far, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that whenever I do a new recipe, you will be notified. I am covering this cake in a cream cheese frosting, and you can find this recipe in the description box. The cake got damaged while I was taking it out from the pan. All it needs is a little bit of patchwork using the buttercream, and it will be okay. If you want to support my channel, please share the video and subscribe to the channel. Click the like button and drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about this recipe. Even if it's your first time baking a cake or decorating a cake, this cake can easily be done for any occasion right in the comfort of your very own home. You can make this cake for a birthday party, holiday, or just a family get together, and it's guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser. This cake is decadent and it's very moist. It has a lot of flavor, especially the vanilla that I added in the end. This cake is fantastic. I am finishing off the top of my cake with a cream cheese frosting, and then I'm working my way down to the sides. I I am not crumb coating the cake, I am just going to cover it entirely. If I were to do this for a customer, then I would have crumb coated the cake. I am just setting up the foundation for the final look. The look that I'm going for is a rustic look, so I will finish it off with my teaspoon. A rustic look is simply using the spoon to make it look natural. Natural movements of the spoon to create a distressed look. Using a spoon is a very cheap way to decorate a cake, but it looks fantastic. You can even use a spoon to decorate a wedding cake. To finish it off, I'm just going to go around the edges with some of the cut off ends that I cut off. I made these crumbs by simply grating the top of the cake that I trimmed off on a grater to create crumbs. Our blue velvet cake is complete. Time to cut it and let's see what it looks like and the texture. It's nice and soft. I can't wait to get a slice of this. Wow, look at this texture. Guys, if you tried this recipe, please come back and give me some feedback and drop it in the comment section below and let me know how it turned out. Now for the taste test. Oh wow, this cake is so delicious.